sisters with me.
Where the ladies at? Yeah. Where the ladies?
All right. Happy Friday, everybody. We apologize here. We did not realize that the mute button did not unmute us when I clicked it. And I just happened to look over, and we've been talking for the past 15 minutes. So we apologize. Yes, we apologize for this. For the past 2 weeks, I've been behind the board. This is my third time, and I have not dropped the ball on the mute button, except for now. But the funny thing is that none of us got a damn text. Nobody's in the damn chat because somebody had told us that we were muted. But yes, happy Friday. It's your girl, Crazy Maria. You are tuned into Ladies Night Radio Show, live from the Good News Studio. Also here with me are my crazy, fun, and beautiful co-hosts, the ladies.
Hey, y'all.
We just killed like 5 minutes of this damn show.
It's all good. It's all good.
So today is a special day because I am actually hosting the show. Mysterious Jax is out with New Orleans with her friends' family, or her family friends, her friends who are now family to her. And they're out there enjoying themselves. So we're hoping that they're having an enjoyable and safe time out there. We are also missing our producer. She is hosting an event. And here with us, we have one special guest who is sitting in the studio with us. Special guest, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, I'm Anna. I've been a friend of you guys for a while.
Yes,
I like coming over here. I'm a supporter.
Friends of the lady, she sure is.
And I'm happy that you guys have me here.
Hey,
Yay, thank you for being here.
Yes.
And hey, what's up, guys? This is your girl, Myra. And like she said, our girl Jax is not here, but I hope you guys are ready for this dope-ass show we have for you tonight.
Yes, and all right, you guys. So I am going to take a shot of tequila just to get my nerves down. I know this is not a big thing, but your girl is a little nervous. So cheers. While I'm taking this tequila shot, how was your week?
My week was pretty good. It actually went by pretty quickly. I had some really weird days off because I work in retail and the holidays fucked me up. But overall, it's been pretty good. I can't complain. It's Friday, so.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yay for Friday. I look forward to Fridays.
I know.
Definitely look forward to Fridays.
It's our happy day.
Yes, very happy day.
It's the beginning of my weekend, so.
Right?
Officially.
Yes, and it's ladies' night, damn it.
Yes, it is.
How was your night? How was your week?
My week was good. You know, I work Monday through Friday. It's my normal schedule. But I had a good time working. You know, I'm a pumper-upper, so I like to go into my job happiest.
I know, your job looks pretty exciting. You're always doing crafts and stuff.
Man.
Yes.
And she gets down on that.
Thank you. I put a lot of love
passion.
to it.
I can see that. Well, my week was good. Just, spending time with the girls, and I'm enjoying the rain. I mean, I'm a huge fall and winter person, so this rain is just love to me. Like, I love it.
Sweater weather.
Yes, I was telling Jackie the other
out the
day, if I can just have it rain for a whole week straight, I'll be good. I know all them people who were affected by the fires wouldn't love that, but I love the rain. Anywho, moving on along, it is that time that we all love, so put them pinkies up, people, and grab that cup, because we about to get some tea.
Yeah.
Yes, we are. We're about to get some chisme.
Oye, Fidelia, mira, yo tengo una clase de chisme de otro mundo.
No me diga, nena, cuéntame.
That never gets old.
Right?
All right, guys. So I'll be bringing the chisme to you guys today. So we're going to start off with Jesus Take the Wheel. A woman in Ohio was just sentenced to 37 years in prison for suffocating her 3 sons to death. A 3-month-old, a 4-year-old, and an infant. Her reason? She was jealous of the attention her husband was giving them. Wow. Isn't that some shit? She felt that he preferred their sons over her. This woman has suffered years of sexual and physical abuse as a child and has also suffered from lead poisoning. Her ex-husband was also her mother's boyfriend, and he impregnated her when she was still a teenager, so they ended up getting married. That coupled with the fact that her IQ is only at 78, leaving her unable to comprehend certain things, the court understood how her trauma caused her to do this, but also recognized that it doesn't excuse it. Hopefully, she'll get the help she needs, but sadly, her sons won't even get a chance. That is crazy.
That is deep.
That is very deep. That young lady has lived through some horrible shit, and I really do think that mental issue is big right there. 1, and then 2, postpartum depression, right? Because her baby is what, 3 months?
An infant.
Yeah.
3-month-old, 4-year-old, and an infant. So someone even younger than 3 months. But I mean, someone must have known that she needed some kind of help, and she suffered a lot of trauma as a child. She had to marry her. Was it her mother's boyfriend?
Yeah, her mother's boyfriend.
That is sick.
37 years, though. I wonder if, like, they were light on her, or what's her nationality? Like, you got to hold that into consideration. 37 years, though.
Jesus. Well, I mean, that sucks. That sucks.
I wish that lady well, like...
Those poor babies, though. Those poor babies. I wonder what the dad is doing. But on a lighter note, right? On a lighter note, you guys have heard about Working in Silence, right?
Yes.
Who else has been watching the drama between Omarion, Fizz, and April? Okay, you all know that B2K was part of the Millennium Tour, and may or may not be aware that Fizz and April, Omarion's ex, are now dating. Watching the show and reading on their little drama, you notice that Omarion didn't really speak on their relationship. He kept quiet while Fizz and April paraded around LA, rubbing their relationship in everyone's face. All of a sudden, Fizz's birthday, Omarion drops the lineup for the next Millennium Tour that excludes B2K. It just shows that you got to keep working. People will try you, but you have to keep pushing and make that money. Success is and always will be the best revenge. So, you know, what do you guys?
Good for him.
Yeah,
good
right?
for him. I mean, you know, to each his own in their happiness. I don't agree with how they did it. It is hard to see Fizz and April being together, considering like their kids knew them as
they
kind of like uncles.
uncle?
And
Yeah, right.
that's
Uncle
some weird ass
Daddy.
shit. Yes. And they're okay. They're like in their bubble, all happy. They've kind of moved away from everybody. Like, you know, everybody's against them, they feel. So they've kind of moved away from everybody. So yeah, they're in their bubble enjoying themselves, and them poor kids, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But he did it with style. I saw his interview, and he did say, like, you know, he
He's
wishes
so
them
unbothered.
well. He wishes them well. If that's what makes them happy, then good for them. But he did say that they are going about it the wrong way because, you know, the kids.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's all he's thinking about.
definitely.
Exactly. They could approach it differently.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Definitely.
Now, we all hate this dude, but he's back for more. So, are we going to sit here and let George Zimmerman sue Trayvon Martin's family? Did you guys hear about that?
What?
Yes, this man has decided that he needs to be in the spotlight again, and he's doing all this by suing Martin's family for $100 million. He believes that he was falsely accused, that the evidence against him in the trial was fabricated and pretty much slandered his name. Zimmerman is a classic narcissist. He only thinks of himself, so it's completely surprising. It's not completely surprising that he wants to drag the family through this experience again. Hopefully he doesn't receive a dime, but isn't that some shit? He kills an innocent kid and then wants to file a defamation of character lawsuit against the parents after he took their child's life.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Damn bastard. And if they don't throw that shit out,
For real.
that's that's just gonna show what his color of skin, you know.
They should pull up all the extra stuff that he did between that time and then just be like, you
'cause
know,
it's
by the
on
way.
video when he was following him, and then he called the cops before he did what he did.
Yeah, that is crazy. Well, that's our cheeseman for today, guys.
Pinche pendejo. We don't have a soundbite for that, but I'll be that soundbite.
Yes, girl. He ain't shit.
Right? Oh my God, what's wrong with him? All right, that sums it up. All right, you guys, here we go.
Con otro hombre.
¿Serio, nena?
Ay, pero qué escándalo, niña. Sí.
Oh my God, I love it.
All right. This is Jackie's favorite time of the show, but it is also one of my most favorite. And if you guys can guess, it is.
Baby, let's go. 'Cause
Hey.
it's game time.
All right. I hear them sneakers. Put them sneakers on, girls. Because I
Yes.
got the questions.
Oh, Lord.
All right. So, Myra's looking.
I'm like, Jesus, help me.
Okay.
All right. Well,
said,
you
Jesus,
looked at
take
them,
the
but
wheel.
I get to pick today. So it is a 5-second rule. Myra, can you put your 5 seconds on for me, please?
Yes.
And you either, well, obviously, yeah. Anna's over here saying
Start
you go
with me.
first. You go first. All right. So we're gonna go first. We're gonna go ahead and give Anna, the
A pass?
seconds to
Oh, we'll
pass.
give her-
So we'll
okay,
go
she
ahead
gets
and go,
special treatment
first.
today.
Thank you, ladies. Thank
And
you.
don't blame me for the questions that I'm asking. Okay, I'm just being nosy here.
Okay.
All right. Name 3. Okay, you ready?
Okay.
right.
But so, what is it? You don't name them. You take a shot, right?
No, it's 5 seconds.
Okay,
So you
okay.
have to name them within those 5
Or
seconds.
else
Okay.
you take a shot.
So ain't no shot, girl. You better name.
Okay.
Oh.
All right, here we go.
All right.
Name
girl.
3 ways to make him or her scream. Ready? Go.
Pinch his balls, kiss him. Shit. It's hard to multitask with the time. Damn it. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna pinch it.
You should have saw her face. She was like, pinch
Pinch
his balls. Girl, you better not pinch no man's balls. I swear to God, you will get punched. You pinch some balls.
I know.
Accidentally get kicked.
I know.
Not the real Keith
I don't want this question.
coming back.
I don't want this question.
Right.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
All right. Are we
We're
ready?
doing it again? Okay,
Yes.
let's
Okay,
go.
so Anna, your turn next.
Oh, shit.
Okay, so I'm gonna go easy on you. Name
Oh, thank
3
God.
celebrities you'd hook up with.
Shoot. George Clooney. Shoot. Oh, I got a time limit.
Girl,
Damn.
That's
I'm
it.
so off.
That's it. It's 5 seconds, girl. 5 seconds.
You could have just threw anyone out.
I know, but no, that didn't sound
Donald
wrong.
Trump. I mean,
No,
anyone.
no, never.
She's thinking these. She's.
Damn, yeah,
This has
I
to be
really-
well thought
yeah.
out. You got
All
better
right.
think in 5 seconds.
All right, so we're gonna go one more round.
One more round, yep.
Okay, so Myra, you're next.
Mm-hmm.
Name 3 Christmas movies. Go.
Home Alone. Shit.
So bad at these games.
Guys, we suck today.
I think we just want to drink.
Oh my goodness.
All right, here we go. I know, right? We should have did truth or shot. All right, here we go. Anna, name 3 things to do on Sunday.
Lay back, read a book, and have a nice barbecue.
Okay. Yep. There you go.
Y'all are so PG with this shit. I mean,
Oh, I didn't know I was
Lord,
supposed to go.
have
Okay.
mercy.
All right, you know what?
Good Lord. All right, so that wraps it up for our game time.
We sucked.
Yeah, these questions, y'all need to come through with
Okay,
better
can y'all
questions
come?
when you guys
What
aren't here.
Christmas movies
Hello?
besides Home Alone?
This Christmas with Chris Brown, your boo,
I don't know.
Home Alone 2.
That's when you know I don't watch Christmas movies.
Okay.
Home Alone 1, Home Alone 2, Home Alone 3.
All right. Here we go. So now it is time for the new thing, and it is Maria's rants. Yeah, so it's my second week to do this. Let's go see how it goes. Hey. All right, 10 seconds I heard.
Yeah.
I could go on for like 20 seconds.
So
with this
Maria's
song, to be
rant
honest.
is basically what is driving Maria crazy this week.
Yes. All right, so I'm going to piggyback on a funny-ass video that I saw yesterday. And you are putting the minute on? Okay, we'll
no,
just
you're
go.
good.
We'll just
We-
play it
actually,
by ear.
we're-
Okay, Maria's rants. Is just
We are
gonna-
doing great on time.
Yes, so nobody's here, so we're just gonna do Maria's rants, and you girls can feel free to chime in after my rant. My rant this week is I did not know that people did not take showers after they take fucking baths. Did you guys see that video?
What?
Cardi B's sister.
Okay, you're supposed to take a shower before you take a bath.
Well,
And then maybe take another shower.
apparently she went on a rant, which I agreed. I was like, hell yeah. She was like, you sit in pussy juice, you sit in penis juice, you sit in ass juice, you sitting in all that nasty shit. How you not gonna shower afterwards? You are nasty if you're not showering after you take a bath. I always shower after I take a bath. Don't you shower after you take a bath?
I don't really take
Showers.
baths, but yes, if
Oh,
I'm
Myra.
sitting in the bath, and this is very rare, but if I'm in the bath and I'm just relaxing, I don't even bathe. I just sit there, and then when I'm to let the water out, I shower.
Girl,
Yeah.
yes, I love baths. Baths relax me, and the water has to be super hot, bubbles laying around, and then after it's all done, I let the water go, and then I take a shower. Well,
I shower before.
you shower before.
Because I don't like to lay in my own filth.
I get that.
It's just
Okay,
me.
I get that.
Yeah.
I get
Yeah.
that.
I don't know.
I don't do them that often.
But when
But
you
when
do,
I do, I gotta shower
and see,
beforehand.
there's some people out there that don't. They use a bath as an actual bath. Like I'm gonna go wash up. Who does that?
You know, there's a lot of things I got to question because sometimes, do you wash your hands before you use the restroom, or do you wash your hands after, or both?
I wash my hands after I use the restroom.
That's our 1 minute.
Yes. All right. So I hear that.
That is.
But yeah, so for all
That's
you
a good
funky
rant.
people out there that do not take a damn shower after you take a bath, shame on you, cochinos. You disgusting. You need this. You need this one right here.
Long as I got King Jesus, long as I got King Jesus, long as I got gold.
All right, that wraps it up for Crazy Maria rants.
Makes me stronger. One more reason to turn up on them. I go crazy.
All right, So going on to our topic for today. Our topic for today is jealousy. Jealousy is a basic human emotion that causes us to feel some type of way towards something or another person. It can be good, it can be bad. We've all experienced it, and don't lie if you're saying you don't or you haven't. Either way, we're jealous or somehow was jealous or someone was jealous of us. So let's talk about it. Anna, have you ever been jealous towards a person?
Yeah, I think we all have a moment in our lives where we feel insecure about ourselves, and that's where jealousy comes in. I don't think jealousy is just a natural thing to have.
True.
I think it's a moment in our lives of how we feel about ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have. I think it is a natural thing because we all tend to feel jealous. I'm trying to figure out exactly when. I know I have. I just don't know exactly when in my life I've had it.
So what sign are you?
I'm a Cancer.
Okay, so studies show that the most jealous signs are Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Leo, Pisces, Sagittarius, Libra, Aquarius, and Scorpio. Now, I feel a little offended because
Virgo's not there.
Hey,
Cancer's not there.
I feel a little offended because I'm a Sagittarius and I'm not really a jealous person. The only time that I am jealous is about like my inner circle. So like, you know, if a new person's coming in, I could be a little, you know, overprotective, I like to call it, about my inner circle. So I can be a little overprotective. We're not going to call it
But
jealous.
is that jealousy though?
I think, we went over what jealousy is.
Yes.
Yeah.
So jealous.
Sorry, guys. I'm not like out of the loop. I just had to step out for a second to take an important call, but I'm back.
That's all right. That's
Yeah.
all right. We all get it. The show goes on though.
Yes.
So you know what jealousy is, right?
Yes.
Okay. So do you believe in what this damn statement says about our horoscopes being?
You know what? I don't know about the horoscopes being right, but I think all of us at some point have been jealous, whether it was while we were with partners or whatever. I don't know. I mean, I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure we all have.
So it says here, do you think people are jealous of you? I want to reword that. Do you feel or that anybody has ever been jealous of you at any point of your life?
Yes.
Like, did you ever?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely.
Do you want to talk about it?
Yeah, who's going to talk about it first? Yeah, well, see, I'm going to say yes. Even if you're not aware of it or you don't know, there's people out here who sometimes you have no idea are even observing you or even paying attention to you and are secretly jealous of maybe your success, jealous of your family, or just jealous of you as a person. I went through a lot of that growing up. Another word which a lot of people use is haters.
Oh,
You know what I mean? So, I mean, there's people out here who are just not self-aware or self-confident, and they're insecure with themselves that feel like they have to, you know, worry about somebody else.
I remember when I was in cosmetology school, this girl told this other girl, "You think you all that?" And the girl said, "No, honey, I don't. You think I'm all that."
Yep.
And that's where the problem is. And when she said that, it dawned on me. Like, when people say, "You think you all that," it's because of their insecurities and their jealousies towards you, because in some way, like, they envy you. And instead of saying, "Hey, girl, like, you know, you doing dope on that hairstyle, or, you know, you got good hands, or, you know, your hair is always cute, or you be dressing cute," instead of us uplifting each other, we automatically go to, "She thinks she all that."
Because the negativity,
Yeah.
it seems to be much greater than a positivity. You can never say something positive without someone feeling offended or some type of way.
Right.
Like, you know, I'm always posting something positive, something, you know, like uplifting. I'm a very family person. I love and I love deeply. And I like to show it to people. And majority of the time, some people might not like that. You know what I mean? They might come at me like, "Oh, she probably is over obsessed with her life," or "She just wants to flaunt," or, you know, it's just, you can never understand people sometimes.
Yeah.
Right.
Some people don't know how to accept it. You know, they don't know how to accept love, or they don't know how to accept positivity because they're so used to just being negative or jealous or, you know, that happened to me once. I actually was, you know, being positive or trying to, uplift people. Or I'm not the type of person, I'm not going to say I'm the opposite of you, but I'll say I kind of just stay in my lane and I'll give people good energy. Because I feel like radiating good energy overall is good for you and then anybody who surrounds you. But people that I don't know, I'm not necessarily going to, go out of my way. And, I'm always polite to people. Hey, how are you? Hope your day's great, blah, blah. But there's people out here who, when you try to be nice to them, or even, you just commonly going about your day, they do not know how to receive it. Yeah. And you may be a stranger walking on the street and they may look at you and just like, for no reason.
When's your birthday again?
September 15th.
Okay, so Anna's a Virgo. Okay, I can see that. Do you think that's like a Virgo thing, not to, go out of your way to like... or is that just like a Myra thing?
No, I mean, I don't know. I have a lot of similarities with some Virgos. I think maybe Anna's one of them. But I think it just varies. It varies, I think, on the person's character.
What about you? How are you with other people?
See, that's the thing. I'm a Cancer, so I'm a nurturer. I'm naturally like that.
One of my best friends is a Cancer.
I give what I can give. But I do pay attention to people's behavior. Like, if you are coming at me in a certain way, or, I tend to not retaliate, but I tend to back off and move on to the next one. I'm not one to come back and be like, be so negative towards that person. I just say, peace, I'm out. Right. You know what I mean? Like, I don't waste my energy because I know I have good energy. Everywhere I go, I try to be positive. I try to be good. You know what I mean? Like, I try to bring something to the table no matter where I'm at. But some people don't like to receive it, and that's when you're like, okay, all right, you're good. All right, I'm over here, you over there, we good.
Yeah. I have good energy too, but if somebody pop off at the mouth or pop off at acting crazy,
definitely.
like, we about to throw hands.
Oh my God, that just happened.
I don't talk back.
That just oh my goodness, that just happened to me on Wednesday. I don't know if we're gonna go a little bit off topic if I tell you guys my story, but
what happened, Myra?
Yeah.
I love to hear Myra's pop-ups. That's what we should have. That should be another segment.
I had to go to the. I had a ton of laundry, and I had to go to the laundromat. Myself and one of my friends, we both had the same day off, so we grabbed all our stuff, blankets, comforters, everything. We went to a local laundromat, and it was raining on Wednesday, so it was literally just us there. We took all the big. I took one side of the laundromat that had the big washers, and she took the other one and took the big washers. So we kind of got it out of the way, but we were the first ones there. We're the only ones there. Then here comes a lady, right, with a basket full of clothes, a basket full of bags, and she literally parked it in front of the big washer that my friend was using. And the washer finished, so in order to get her stuff out, she had to ask her, "Excuse me, can you get your things out?" Or, "Excuse me, can you move your things out of the way so I can get mine out?" The lady looked at her, sat there, and didn't do anything. She stayed on her phone, and she was like, "Excuse me."
Wait, what?
Yes. So my friend had to get her stuff out of the washer. The lady parked all her shit in front of the washer, just, trying to say, "Oh, I'm next in line," kind of thing, right? Mm-hmm. So she took all of her stuff. And, anyway, asked the lady to get her stuff out. She took her time, ignored her the first time. She asked her the second time. Then she took it out. Took her time taking it out. Well, moving it out of the way. When she moved it out of the way, all she did was just move it from in front of the washer and put it to the side. So when she took her things out, she needed to go around to put them in the dryer, and the lady's shit was in the way. So she's like, "Excuse me, can you move your things?" She was like, "Can you wait?" And she's like, "Well, I've been waiting on you." She was so polite. She's like, "Well, I have been waiting. I was waiting for you to move your stuff, and now I'm waiting for you to move them out of the way." And she was like, "Oh, well, what's stopping you from going around? You need to go around." And I was like right there paying attention to the whole thing. And my friend was so quiet. She's like, "Ma'am, can you please just move your things?" And she's like, "I'm not moving them. You need to go around." I was like, she does not need to go around. And she was like, what? She's like, I'm not even talking to you. I was like, I don't care if you're not talking to me. She doesn't need to go around. You need to move your things out of the way. She asked you politely. That's common courtesy. She's like, you need to shut up. I'm not even talking to you. I was like,
She's like, let me get ready.
no, girl, I don't even
know
need to
who
get
I
ready. It
am.
just comes out so naturally. Like, it literally just comes out. I'm like, just good at the comebacks. And I'm like, look, lady, like, you need to get your stuff, move them out of the way, because it's common courtesy. You're in a public place. You don't just put your stuff in. I don't care. Nobody's talking to you, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, you're talking to me now.
Yes,
You're talking to me
girl.
now. Yeah, it's funny how you went from not talking to me and now you are. So are you going to move? And then she moves them. She's like, well, I'm going to take my time. I'm going to sit back down. I'm like, no, you, well, she's like, and I get up when I want to get up. I'm like, well, you get your ass up when you want to get up, but you need to move them. And then that was it. And
How old was this lady?
she had to be maybe like 40. She wasn't that old.
Okay, how
Girl,
old do you
hold
have
the
to be
fuck
to be
up.
so-
Hold the fuck up.
Here's the thing.
40 is not no fucking old.
No,
So
she's
don't
not.
say She had been, no, you could have kicked
I'm
that
making
fucking
her-
cart down the fucking shit and had her pick it up like 3 washers down. That's what I would have.
I'm making her younger than what I thought she was because I don't want to feel bad about
Now, don't try to
disrespecting my
make me
elders.
feel better.
No, because
You can still whoop a 40-year ass.
yeah, if you're not over
Yeah.
50 or something, maybe 60, close to
Fuck
my mom's
50.
age. Look,
Maria, you
if
taking
you're not,
this real
no, but
deep.
here's the thing: if you're not my
I'm
mom's,
40, so I'm 50 in 10 years. I can still throw down in 10 years.
but okay, I guess when we'll say older is like my mom's age because our parents always teach us to
How old is your
respect our
mom?
elders.
Yeah,
She's
how old is your
62,
mom? Okay.
Okay,
My
I'll
mom's
give
younger.
62.
but you know, respect your elders.
Still fight at 40.
I mean, I look like a little ass girl, but she had to be like 40, maybe 42. She just looked like she was worn out, basically. Anyway, that happened. You know, it happened to me, and I'm like, damn, why? Afterwards, I'm like, I asked her, I'm like, you know, was I wrong for that? She was like, no, that lady was out of line. Because
Yeah.
I don't get out of character like that, and I don't talk to people that way.
Completely.
But she was completely out of line.
I think sometimes you just gotta snap people back into reality.
Back into-
Yeah.
If your mama didn't teach you,
You can't talk to people
And
like
you know
that.
what it is? You know what it is that sometimes people try to test you because they, you know, our appearance is not who we are inside,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
So like sometimes people talk to me just in Spanish and they think that I only speak Spanish because that's my appearance. So maybe this lady looked at Myra and her friend as like, oh, these heifers ain't finna do shit, and I'm just gonna play with them and I'm gonna have fun with them.
right?
But then Myra lit the fucking fire under her ass.
Yeah, because I feel bad because like my friend doesn't get loud or get out of character, and I'm like, come on now, you're trying to be rude because you see that she's not like reacting to you. So I'm like, no, lady, let me check your ass real quick. She's not going around. You got to get your shit.
Yeah.
And then there was a man that was there waiting and looking at us, and I'm like, no.
Was he laughing?
He was just had his face like, and
He
I'm
was
like,
ready to
I was
watch
like, no.
a
I'm like, today's
Rumble.
not the day. I'm like, you got the wrong ones today, honey. Like,
Right.
and I'm thinking in the back of my head, like, damn, what if she's really about this life? And I'm like, we just gonna,
Hell,
gonna
you
be on
about
and popping.
Myra, I don't know why you play. I know you about that life, girl.
Just say it.
I don't know
I'm
why
not
you
gonna. I'm not
play.
gonna say anything if I'm not ready for what's gonna come after.
Let
so
me tell you something. If we go out and we about to fight,
Damn, we about to all fight.
I already know who's gonna be. I know Kosi gonna be talking about. Oh,
I'm just
we gotta
saying.
make this right, Maria. We too old for
No,
this.
we are. We see. We don't want to catch no cases, Maria. But you know, because we are too old for the cases.
Yes.
But
We gonna let them throw the first punch, and then it'll be
right,
self
and then
defense.
yeah.
But you already know.
That's how it goes.
Back to the topic, guys.
Yes, producer Myra. All right. So, have you girls ever been jealous against somebody? Be honest now. I mean, it could have been like 50 years from today.
How we look into the future, huh? I think maybe our siblings, right? Like I think we've probably been jealous of
All the
like
time.
our siblings
I still
sometimes.
do to this day. I got 2 brothers, and
Yeah.
I really want to kill them sometimes.
Well, I could agree with that. You know, you growing up and you see, you know, your parent giving a little bit more love. Like my dad, for instance, you know, his boys were everything. You know, the girls, they came second. So that was one jealousy. And then, you know, with my mom, my oldest sister was the first for, I want to say between her and my brother for a while before I came. And that was her favorite for a while. So, yeah, I was jealous. Jealous as fuck. I didn't like my oldest sister growing up. I mean, I love her. But growing up as a kid, like, we always fought. And it was because I was a little jelly of, you know, her relationship with my mom.
Because there was no understanding on why your mom felt that way.
Well, you know, and I can see it. It's all based on like what child like is the lovable or the kind. Like I was a fucking torment when I was a child. Like I was crazy. You know, I wasn't like fighting or nothing like that. I was just like into everything. Shit, I got electrocuted when I was 11 months, so I started young.
Your ass has been crazy.
That's when it started. No,
Yes, I started young, so yeah, you know, I can see that.
I'm the
see
middle
that.
child, so you know how I feel. And I'm
Middle
the
child
only girl.
syndrome. Middle child
I'm the only
syndrome.
girl, and I wasn't treated like, oh, the golden girl. No.
For real?
Yeah, no. Just because I was the girl, I wasn't treated like a golden girl.
That's why you so rough.
Yes.
I can see
I mean,
that.
it's okay.
I can see that. How you feel now?
You know what? Now, I think I've gotten older, and I've spoken my part, so I feel like once they've answered me, now I understand. Because my mom always tells me now, she's like, it's not that we don't love all of you differently. It's just some of you need more love or more attention.
That's
Right.
true.
Yeah.
Because we went through that growing up. My sisters and I, we used to fight. Me and my sister that was supposed to be here today, we got into fights, like physical fights, all the time.
No.
Over-
Threw down?
Yes, over clothes, over shoes. Like she would have something and I would want to wear it to school, and then I'd wear it to school without telling her. And then maybe that's part of like, oh, you know, I was jealous of her having these shoes or her jacket or something. And she would do the same thing with me, and then we'd end up fighting over things. But sometimes I feel like my mom instigated that stuff a little bit, because my mom would tell me, oh, you know, your sister wore your stuff to school today. Did she ask you? Then I'd be like, no, she didn't ask me. And when she gets home from school, then I'm waiting for her, like, why are you wearing my stuff? And then she's waiting for me when I was.
See, Mama was wrong right there.
She was wrong. You know, of course, we now as adults sit back and we think
Yeah.
about that, and we're like, a lot of the shit that we used to fight for, my mom used to instigate.
Because you know, I have all daughters, and sometimes
I would never do that to my kids.
When my middle one wears my oldest, or my little one wears my middle, I always, when I see him, I'm like, you better take that off before such and such gets home, because I don't want to hear this.
Mm-hmm.
And you did you ask for permission? No? Okay, you better take it off, because you're wrong for that. And I tell them, but I don't sit there and tell, Anissa, Jelly wore your stuff because then it's going to be like, why are you wearing my stuff? I don't want to hear it. It's like your mom wanted to see the rumble going on. Anywho, all right. So has anybody ever been jealous of you, though? I know I asked that earlier, but that shit wasn't answered.
I mean, I don't.
Yes.
You know what? To be honest with you, I don't pay attention to people.
Yeah, I don't pay attention, but yes.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
In high school? Junior high?
You see, when I was younger, a lot of this happened to me in middle school. In high school, I went to a high school where if people were jealous, they didn't really say anything, or they didn't know how to, because people weren't really confrontational at the high school I went to. But in middle school, oh my God, middle school was a whole nother freaking devil. Like I used to have a fight every freaking Friday. Every Friday.
Stop it.
I swear to you.
Every Friday.
There was always a reason why someone wanted to, so-and-so doesn't like you. And I'm like, okay, like, I don't care. They'll go back and tell that other person, I said, she said she doesn't give a F about you, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I never said that. I just said I don't care. But I'm from the hood, so you can't turn down it.
Right.
You cannot be scared. So if they're like, she said maybe the girl never said she wanted to fight me, but somebody instigated it, and that's how it all. It's just, I look back at my middle school years, and I'm like, dang, man, I wish I would have been bussed out to the valley for middle school or something.
Somebody said they want to meet you at the park. Myra's like, where's she at?
No, girl, we used to meet. We used to meet in front of our apartment building. Like this whole side of the street would be on my side walking, and then that whole side of the street would have their people, and they're all walking. It was literally like a big ass rumble on my street.
What do you feel was the biggest jealousy thing with you?
People would always tell me I was trying to be black.
Oh, wow.
I was always fighting black girls all the time. I fought one little Mexican girl one day, but it was always like, she thinks she's all that, and
Well, we know what that means now.
yeah,
I mean,
you know.
she was rocking.
We're jealous of you, too.
Yeah, from
Girl.
head to toe.
Because, nowadays, I don't even think it matters that much. In L.A., though, it does growing up, especially when I was in middle school, because everybody had to have I mean, my school wore uniforms, but if I wore Jordans, I had to wear like the matching shirt underneath my uniform. Like it was always, and then it was like a competition thing all the time with clothes and all this stuff. You had to be like wearing the so. Yeah,
I think
I experienced a lot of jealousy, and I didn't even know that's what it was.
That's for sure a middle school thing. You know, I have a middle schooler, and she also goes through the same thing. You know, where young girls like mess with her. Just, you know, she's a pretty girl. Anissa is an outspoken person now. Like before, she was always outspoken, but she wasn't outspoken when like somebody would mess with her. But I think it is a middle school thing. Because I was that girl.
You're trying to find yourself in middle school.
And
Out of all the times in your
And
life,
we have middle schoolers.
6th through
You have
7th
Yeah.
grade, 6th through 8th grade, you're still trying to find yourself. You know what I
Right.
mean? So it's like and then little things bother you, little things bother other people, and then it just clashes.
And not only that, Anna, you know, at this age, you're dealing with a whole lot of trying to become a different person because
Teenager.
you're not even, you're going to that transition stage. And then whatever's going on at home as well, right? So they bring it to school. So whenever something like that happens, like, you know, they're messing with them or they're poking fun at them or they're bullying them or whatever it is, I tell my kids, like, look, as long as they don't put hands on you, you all right. Like, you just, you know, yes, you have to voice yourself, but if you can just let that slide, like, okay, they're making fun of my hair or, you know, they're making fun of my nose or whatever it is, because you don't understand what their life looks like when they get out of this school. So whatever's going on in their home or whatever, you know, their day looks like, they don't know how to deal with it because of their hormones.
Yes.
So they bring it into the school and then they find the easy target or the person that they're most jealous of, and that's why you get it. So, I mean, it's educate your kids because, you know, if I would have had some education like that, I probably would have had, like, you know, less fighting.
Yeah,
in
it's
school.
definitely less fighting.
Yeah,
I
that's true.
probably would have, you know, let it
Let it
slide.
just-
I wouldn't have been
Slide.
bouncing from school to school.
But I always found a reason.
Me too. Yeah,
I always found a reason.
girl.
All right, so have you ever been jealous of someone at work? It's a good one.
I don't know. I mean, I don't think so. No, I don't think I would
definitely
consider.
have not.
I wouldn't think I would ever consider me being jealous of anybody at work.
Ever? I mean,
Never.
never?
No,
You know, it's one of those things that I think it depends. Like, I know what I bring to the table. I know my position in my job. I don't step around anybody else's boundaries, and I expect others not to do the same. You know, but I feel like no, I don't think I need to be, or I ever have.
What about you, Maria? Have you?
Yeah.
At work?
Mhm.
I think for me, it was against a male. It was against a male, and it was during, like, I want to say, like, my U-Haul times, where, you know, I've been there for a long time, and I felt that, you know, I should have gotten the position. And because it is, like, you know, a lot of man dealings with, you know, with moving trucks and moving stuff, that they gave it to him. But it wasn't out of, like, you know, nothing else. It was just like, damn, like, I feel like I should have took that. So,
But do you really consider that jealousy, though?
I mean, it was a minor thing, right? Like,
I
Well,
don't
what do you
think that's
consider
a
that?
jealousy status.
what would you say then?
Because you know what you're doing, and you knew that you should have been the one.
Yeah, but I was a
to,
little
you
jealous
know.
that, damn, he got it. Like, he got that position, and I, you know, I put more hours. I do more work.
Yeah, I think it's not the word jealousy, though. I think it's
Okay,
been
well-
more of a, I'm offended. Like, what's
Well,
the difference?
no,
like
offended
questioning.
came with it, but I was jealous every time I went into work and looked at him in the damn
And he
break
was
room.
doing.
Like, bitch, fuck you, don't talk to me. What the hell did I do to you? Nothing. Because
Nothing,
he didn't
yeah.
know, right? He didn't
He
know.
didn't know, and it
He
could have
didn't
been that
know.
he didn't know, and you didn't know. It was just
And
the
I
person
wasn't going to
that
tell him I was
stepped-
jealous. Because I mean, okay, well deserved, but I felt that I deserved it more.
I need that position, damn it.
Jealous.
Right.
That's what I'm going to call it.
Yeah.
I'm going to call it out.
Yeah, that's a form.
Yes. All right. So, what do you think can drive someone to hurt or kill out of jealousy? And that's kind of goes into the chisme that you read today, Myra, which I think that is a huge thing. I don't know if you guys watch Love and Hip Hop.
Yeah,
I mean, not Love and Hip Hop, Real Housewives. And in Real Housewives of Atlanta, we have two new mothers, Kenya and I can't remember the other girl's name.
Oh, Eva. No?
No, she's the mother to be
Portia.
Portia, yes. So Kenya is having a fallout because her husband doesn't give her a lot of attention. But in one of the episodes, she's like, who do you love more? Which I feel like that's a stupid question, or who's your main or your first one, however she worded it. And the dad told the baby, like, you my queen, or you're my first one. And she got really upset over that, which I can, I can understand in a way, because your kids grow up, they get married, and they go, and, that's why a lot of relationships kind of like fall off. But, I mean, what do you think?
I mean, I think her reaction was probably, I didn't see it, but her reaction was probably real petty. Yeah. I mean, I think, of course, he's going to love his little baby girl, but I don't think that means he doesn't love her or is not,
Yes.
That's just petty. That's your own baby,
It is.
But did he do it like to like kind of, maybe he's just not that interested in her anymore. Aren't they getting a divorce?
That's what I'm saying, though.
So she was in her feelings.
That's what
she
I'm
was
saying,
in her feelings
though,
for
'cause,
sure.
But that's what I'm saying. As mothers, we're all mothers here, right?
Yes.
As mothers, do you guys ever feel that way? Like when you were in that relationship with the dad, like did you ever feel like there was like more attention to the kid, or maybe you paid more attention to the kid than your significant other?
Well, when it's your first kid, I think that both parents kind of, like goo goo gaga the child, and then once you get your second and your third, it's like, a little different. But yeah, and I mean, for me, I'm not a selfish mother. Like when we had the baby, like we would have the baby in the bed, like we, be goo goo and gaga playing with her or whatever. But Kenya was not coming for it. So I wonder if, because she's still like, I don't know, she was like 5 months at that time, maybe 6. But I want to say she was going through postpartum depression as well, So I wonder if, like, with postpartum depression and the husbands, most dads at the first baby, they're not aware of what postpartum depression is unless they, like, go to the doctor and the doctor says, like, you have postpartum depression. Yeah. This is what it looks like. This is what you need. Or, the dad gets some type of guidance with how he can support.
This reminds me of something that Keith, our Mr. Keith Good News always says, that basically throughout the whole pregnancy and even like the first couple years of like the child's life, everything is all about the mother, basically, is what he says. He says it's really not even about the child. The child doesn't really know. The child doesn't, you cater to your child, but really the mother's the one that needs the most attention. You're really kind of catering to her instead of really catering to the child. Because I guess he sees that now, which is awesome because he's going to be a dad again for the second time.
Congratulations, Keith.
And he says that all the time, so I already know like him and Danny are probably going to,
And Danny, because Danny is the one having the damn kid. I don't know why I'm congratulating Keith.
Right.
Congratulations, Danny and Keith.
I know, right? Congratulations to both of them. But the fact that he says that will make it a lot smoother, because it is true. We need a lot of help the first couple of years. The baby doesn't need much. It can't do anything. They don't need to necessarily bond with the dad right away. As long as they're helping, they do. But what I'm saying is that the baby does not know. You know what I mean? The baby knows that they're getting nurtured and they're getting loved, but it's the mom who really kind of needs more attention, more help, and more assistance. Yeah. And he made a good point. So
that is true.
I mean, I can see where that's, why people will get jealous. But what was the other one? What would drive someone to?
Yeah, what would drive someone to hurt or kill someone out of jealousy?
Insecurity, trauma, maybe mental illness, honestly.
Mental health.
Yeah.
Jealousy.
Mm-hmm. Jealousy. Yeah.
Our topic.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? You have some crazy ass people, out there that is like, they don't know that there's like millions of people out there to be with if this one person doesn't want to be with them. And they, it's sad. Like, but yeah, mental health is a huge, huge thing with, with killing, with murdering, hurting somebody. But yeah, I agree. You all right over there, Myra?
Yeah, because I'm a little distracted, but we run into so many situations where, a woman will get jealous and cut her, partner's private part and throw it off the freeway. Remember that stuff was on the news?
But I see
Okay, Lorena Bobbitt over here.
Jeez, I don't even know her name.
Like,
but
how deep can you get? Like, I joke around and I say things like that about my brothers, but I will die for my brothers. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I would do anything. Like,
But
anything they would ask
so
me.
what about
like,
a significant other? Would you ever cut somebody's
no, it's not
penis
in
off?
me.
No.
No, I wouldn't even break their
Or
iPhone.
put on a diaper and drive
their
like
phone or-
thousands of miles down to see.
No, I feel like that's just too much energy out of myself. You know what I mean? Out of my own personality and my own soul. Like, that's just.
All right. Well,
it really has to be deep.
Well, when can jealousy be positive?
That's a good question.
Maybe your kids. Jealousy can be positive
Yeah,
with your kids.
sometimes
Like what you say about my baby.
Yeah, or if if your child isn't
No, if
chosen
they
for
do
something when you know that they deserve it, kind of like the job situation. Your child should be in this role, but he didn't take it because of that. That's just I don't know if that would be considered jealousy. That would be justified in my opinion, but.
Well, here our producer Kosi, and shout out to our producer Kosi who wrote our script, even though she wasn't going to be here. But here it says, can it add a spark to a relationship?
You know what? Maybe subtle. Maybe something subtle where they don't really, you have a partner that doesn't really get jealous and always kind of lets you, do what you do.
But how do you feel about that? Like, does it make you feel some type of way that if they don't get jealous, you feel bothered because they're not jealous?
There's some people that get a little, just because we don't doesn't mean that people out there don't, don't get bothered or don't like the fact that the person that they're dating, they want them to get a little jealous. So, there are some times that people do actually feel like, oh, he don't love me because, he felt like X, Y, and Z because this guy tried to ask me out or this guy brought me a drink. Like, you actually have some people out there that get off on that.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
I would say, I don't know how much spark it will, bring into a relationship, but it might, actually, maybe for a woman, if your man kind of sticks up for you, if, something's going on and then he brings it up, it might show a little bit of, but, men have an ego. They don't like they tend to not show any type of jealousy. I don't know though. I've never personally I've never been in a relationship with anyone who's like jealous or even shows that they're jealous. Like,
does it bother you though?
No. What would bother me would be, oh, I don't give a fuck what you do. Go, like, that would bother me.
Mm-hmm.
But
I would prefer a man that's not jealous.
Yeah.
I don't dig
no,
jealousy.
it would bother me if they were, arrogant and hurtful and disrespectful about it, but it wouldn't bother me if they're not jealous because,
Right.
then,
I'm with you on that
yeah.
one. So have you ever dated someone to make another person jealous? Ooh,
No.
and I see you.
Oh, you see me right now.
And
maybe back in my day,
really over here.
Back in my day, I probably knew that this person didn't like this other person, and they were still hot, and I was able to do that, and I did it.
Well, okay.
Okay.
How did that work out?
I mean, it was a pastime. I can't. It wasn't a permanent thing.
Did it work
was
out
just-
though?
I
Did
mean,
it work? Did the other person get jealous?
It did, but I decided not to stay.
Okay.
Either way,
Yeah. I get it.
it's just a moment thing, an ego thing.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever done that. I've never had the opportunity, should I say?
I'm not the type of person who likes to like get even either. Like, I don't I'm not the kind of person like
You
if
don't
you
like to play games.
I don't play any type of games.
Okay,
Like I don't feel like
Not
two
even
wrongs.
when you were younger, because I mean, it happened to me when I was younger.
No,
get it.
when I was
Like,
younger,
when
I
you
didn't
were
even.
younger?
When I was younger, I didn't even really date. In high school, I didn't even have a boyfriend until when I was a senior. My prom date became my boyfriend, and then we ended up kind of breaking up our first year of college. But I didn't like. Nope. I don't like that. Like if someone does something to you that hurts you, and you go back and get even. I'm just not that type of person. I know a lot of people that are, but I don't. So.
Really?
But it's not even about getting even. You know what I mean? It's one
Or-
of those things where if you notice that the other person that you had dated is being jealous of the new person you're dating, I think that's different. Like that's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about like getting even.
No, it's not a getting
Or
even.
like playing tit for tat. I'm not like that.
And I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's not getting even. It's just a matter of like, okay, like let me just play this,
Yeah,
this little
exactly.
game
Like
here.
like just
'cause
going
I
tit
want
for
him to get
tat.
jealous, or I want him to. I get it. But I was never given that fucking opportunity. I was an ugly young.
I was a good girl.
No, girl, fuck that.
She was
I
locked
was
down.
An ugly duckling.
Oh no, you weren't. I
Hell
seen you,
no,
little
girl.
hot ass Maria.
I became
Hey.
a hottie. Look, I was a softball player.
When I
I
met
was
you,
a tomboy.
you was not, and now
No.
that I still know you,
Well,
you is not.
Let me tell you what year did we meet? Because I was a softball player. Like I was just tomboyish. Like
I don't remember
just,
the year. I remember the moment I met your sister,
So I must have been in my
and
20s.
that
then.
was like in maybe 2000.
So yes,
Yes,
I was in my
2000 or
20s.
maybe 99.
Yes. So that was around the time that I did your hair. Remember? For
Yes,
what's his
for
name's
the
wedding.
wedding.
Okay.
Yes.
So yes,
And she popped my hair like it was nothing.
So when we, when you get older, you go in your 20s, you start to find yourself. Well, in your 19s, whatever, you start to find yourself. But when I was a kid, like I never did that, and then I didn't really start dating until I was like, I would say 20, around that age, and goodness gracious, Myra, you just threw me off.
I'm sorry. I'm
with?
I'm staring at her. I'm gazing into her eyes.
Yes, honey. She
Yes,
threw me off
sorry,
over
guys,
here.
sorry,
But
guys. But when you were in
even
your
then,
20s.
like I met my husband now, well, my daughter's dad, at that age, and we started dating. So I didn't really have much of a dating life, if you understand that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was all softball, tomboyish, and then once I got out, like I was in hair school or whatever, and then I started. Yeah.
Yeah, then you got your groove back. I'm just kidding.
Right.
Well, I'm gonna, we have, according to Twitter, right? We've got some Twitter input here. Jealousy is a sign that you're doing things right. Haters aren't jealous of losers, right? Another thing is there's no point in getting jealous in the first stages of dating. Both sides are allowed to see other people until you find your perfect fit. And the same woman that'll tell you she's single because she's not married will also burn her man's house down if she catches him liking pictures of random hoes on Instagram. Did Twitter say this? What?
You had some crazy Left Eye. Remember Left Eye? What she do?
Left Eye was crazy. She
I
sure
think she
did.
burned. What did she burn? The clothes, the car,
And
the house.
they
What'd
put
she
them all
burn?
in the bathtub, burned everything down, and then the house
telling
ended up
you.
burning. The sobering moment when you try to make someone jealous, but the person is happy for you and does not care. That is a whole lot of self-help books and that's a lot of people that are very secure with themselves and, like you were saying earlier, positive energy. And then also dating, #dating, #jealous girl is so stressful. She will be like, baby, I saw a lady looking at you. Why do you allow her to see you? What the? I mean, that is like overboard jealousy.
Right.
And there are some crazy girls that are like that. Maybe even some crazy men that are like that. Honestly, social media makes people even more jealous than what they should be. I think social media has caused a lot of insecurities. There's probably people out here that are, unnecessarily jealous because of social media.
Yeah.
No?
I agree. Social media does play a huge part in it. Have you guys, how old were you when social media became a thing? What was it, MySpace?
I think it was MySpace and Black Planet and
Black Planet. What the fuck?
Party Line.
The Party
I
Line.
mean,
Well,
the
I
Party
remember
Line.
Party Line.
My
I remember
sister
Party
used to be
Line.
on the party line all the
I
time.
was on that thing all the time.
Then I used to pick up the other landline and be listening in.
Right.
They would talk
Did you
really
say anything?
crazy.
They was crazy. Like they was about to.
Everybody had a
Beat
whole
somebody.
different identity, and then my sister had a whole book with names with that she got all from the number. I'm like, this
What,
is too much.
her message box?
Yeah, and then my mom will get on the landline and Cynthia, and I'm just like, oh shit. She had to hang up, and then everybody in the party line. Then she'll have
Clown.
to log in again and be a whole different person, or call in again. Yeah, but what MySpace was the first social media I had.
So with that, did you guys ever like feel what?
At that time, I had a jealous boyfriend.
Shut.
Yes. Let me tell you.
But MySpace, you couldn't tell when you were talking to somebody, right?
I
it
don't
didn't
remember.
it didn't even tell you when you were online. It's just whenever you communicated with somebody.
But jealousy would drive somebody to do this, I guess, or insecurity, or them.
Cuéntame.
Girl, I had friends that were my coworkers, and the person who I was dating at that time had some insecurities about the friends that were my coworkers that I was hanging out with, and somehow, I don't know how, they figured out, well, I know how because my password was easy to figure out, I'm sure, but they figured out my password, hacked into my freaking MySpace, looked at all my private messages, and then they found out that one of my friends let me borrow their car, and they made a whole deal about, I'm like, oh, hell no, I gotta cancel MySpace after this. I can't.
Stop it.
They went into my MySpace. That was the first time my privacy was invaded.
Wow.
And mind you, I was like 18, 19. Like, oh my God. Crazy.
Yo, man, what do you do?
The guy I was dating, yeah, he went into and then he confronted me, and it was like this big ass fight, and I'm like, I can't, I have no energy for this. All over him being in my business.
So you girls have never had two guys literally go head to head.
Yes.
Myra, I see you over there squinching an eye, girl.
Anna or Myra?
Right,
Well,
right. Like,
I'm
who's
not. I'm looking at Anna.
Anna's
and I heard
squinting.
you.
I can't speak
Anna's
about
squinting,
it.
and
I
you
can't
said
speak
yeah.
I don't
about
want to
it,
speak on it either
yeah,
because
because it's just it's difficult to speak upon it because it's embarrassing and it's not the moment to say that out loud.
but
I
yes.
hear that.
Yes.
I hear that.
Yes, the answer is yes.
Ooh, that's an after
Well,
the
I
show
have.
conversation.
Yeah, it's a different show.
We won't get into details.
Right. Well, we have gone over all of our questions. Is there any other thing that you guys want to talk about jealousy?
Well, there's certain questions to ask yourself or ask when you feel jealous or envious, right? That it kind of help you sort of self-reflect a little bit. For example, why does this bother me? Right? I think how can I learn from this? What's going right in my life? That way, maybe jealousy will show your deepest desires.
Yeah.
It can probably help open up your eyes to some self-reflection and figure out what is it that's causing these and how can you fix it, because it might be just a take a look in the mirror type of thing, and it's some kind of, changes you need to make within yourself so that you're not ever feeling like that.
But are you a person that sits and reflects on the situation, on the moment, or you just take action? Because there's a lot of different people in this world where they're just like in the moment, take action, and there's people where give me my space, let me think about it, let me see what's going on, let me take my actions and maybe reflect on the whole thing.
What would you do? Let's say there's something that's bothering you that you could potentially kind of consider a form of jealousy. How would you self-reflect?
To be honest with you, I have to sit and think.
Okay.
Because I have to sit and think, am I right? Am I wrong?
Yeah.
What is causing this?
Exactly.
And how do I approach it?
And that goes back to why is it bothering you?
Yeah.
What is it? Or what can I learn from it?
No, definitely.
Yeah.
So for me, I am a person that kind of reacts at the moment, but then I'm also the person that kind of reflects later on, which now I'm trying to work on it, because then my reflections later on, it's like, oh my God, why did I do that, or why did I say that? I should have done this differently, or I should have. And then later on, I'm having that difficult conversation with apologizing and just trying to be better. So what I do now is I kind of just do my whole counting to 10, just trying to sit there and do more listening because I am a talker. So like,
You do that really? You really count to 10?
and you know what's funny is that when I was younger, my dad used to always tell me that you need to count to 10 and before you talk because sometimes you just kind of just jump the gun
to conclusions.
Not conclusions, but just say something that
The first thing,
later
yeah.
on
Yeah.
you're
You
just gonna regret.
Mm-hmm.
And I am that, and I am a firm believer that you shouldn't have those different. And I think I said this in the last, like when Mikhail and Chris were here. I am a firm believer that difficult conversations should sometimes not happen when you're upset.
Yes.
Because you're upset and you're going to say things that you're going to regret. And that's me. Like I say things and then like later on when I'm calm and I'm relaxed and I'm kind of reevaluating what happened, I regret a lot of things that, I say. Because I'm that person that I just jump.
But I mean, do you ever have that moment where you're just like, I need to jump the gun now because this is how I'm feeling and I want to show what I'm feeling? Like, I might not be right and I might not be wrong, but I need to express it now or else it just fades.
So yes, okay. So I used to be the person that I used to always want to wait before I have this conversation, especially if I'm mad in an argument. But my daughter's dad was different. He always wanted to have the conversation now, and it would always end up into a damn argument.
Mm-hmm.
So for 23 years, like that was what we would do. So now it's like I don't even ask to talk about it later, and I'm trying to get back to that person that I was.
But is that you giving into the situation of how he wants to handle things instead of a mutual thing?
Tell me more. Like, what do you mean?
Like sometimes we like I tend to do that. If the person that I'm with is like, let's talk here and now. And I'm more like, let me evaluate, let me go through my stuff, let me make sure that I don't offend you or say the wrong thing. I want to,
But when you're mad, everybody always.
I'm not like that at all. I need to have we got to have the conversation or just not have it at all. Because if I bring it up later, it's going to be an argument.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yep. And
so you have it. You
yeah, we need to have that. And if he doesn't want to have the conversation, then okay, fine, we don't have it. But I'm not going to bring it up again because if I bring it up again, it's going to be an argument.
Oh, okay.
And
so that's what I'm saying. Like we're all different. Like
yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
exactly.
Like, I like to make sure that I think about before I speak. And I have to make sure that I'm either right or I'm wrong, or I have to reevaluate the situation before.
It's outside.
It's
a lot. There's a lot going on with this rain.
But before I jump into the situation, because I know me, you know what I mean? I know myself, and I know that I can say really deadly things that can harm the situation at the moment. If
That's
I'm
good that you
angry.
have that self-control.
Like you know what I mean? Like I can control myself now. But before, I was always like, oh, let me just stay quiet because I know me. Like I will make a grown man cry. Or a grown person cry, and I don't want to get to that level. So I'm like,
She said she will make a grown man
Girl,
cry.
that's some
Girl,
lethal
you
words.
Will bring him to his knees.
That's
That's
right, because
Anna.
it's one of those things where you know the person,
Don't
so you
fuss
know
with
how to
Anna.
attack.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
absolutely.
Like, I was raised with pure men and
So-
pure boys in my life. Like I know where to hurt you.
I don't do that anymore, and that's because I know, that it's ignorant, and we have to acknowledge that shit is wrong.
Very ignorant.
But and I'm guilty of it because I do the same thing.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why you're in that point where you're in your life. Where you're like, I gotta reevaluate the situation. Let me think about it over. And it's not me suspending the situation. And the person that I might be with or dealing with at the moment, they might say like, no, I want to deal with it now. But I'm more like, I don't want to hurt you.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? I don't want to feel like I'm the a-hole, you know what I mean, in front of the whole situation.
You're better than me because I don't reevaluate.
Reevaluate the situation.
I say what I gotta say, and even if it's fucked up, I don't even feel guilty about it or take it back. That is so wrong. Wow. I swear to God, because I don't ever think that I'm wrong, even though sometimes I am wrong. I'm like, okay, it's already said. You can't say anything about it.
Okay, but
like, what can I do now? I said it.
But then where does the relationship go?
I think we're both just so used to each other, it doesn't even fucking matter anymore. He'll text me 5 minutes later like, hey, are you hungry? And forgot all about it. So it's kind of one of those things where it's like, whatever.
One of those things where
you know what? When that used to happen with my daughter's dad and I used to be like, this is some fucking crazy ass shit. Like
because we like they say, men and women think differently. We get way too emotional sometimes, and we say what we say, and we hold on to that. They're like, okay, whatever. Like, they're looking at it like, oh, she's fucking ranting. But even though I'm wrong sometimes and I know I should take it back, I don't take it back. No, it's very rare when I'll say, you know what, I do apologize for saying all that.
You don't even hold yourself back depending on the situation and where you're at. Like, sometimes we are in a situation, in a place where there's so many other people that can hear your conversation.
No, I hate that.
Oh, no. I hate that.
I hate having these conversations outside where people can hear. Like, for me, that's
that doesn't happen to me because I think it just depends on how old you are. You know, nothing is that important for us to embarrass ourselves in public. Yeah. So, no.
But there's so many other people in this world that will embarrass themselves in that moment.
Oh,
like, I've seen it everywhere I go.
I'm like, you out here
why
by
would
yourself?
You talk about this right now?
No,
like, why
stupid.
Would you? Yes.
No, I'm the same way. But I feel like when you cross that line, it just opens up a door for disrespectful, like just being disrespected, right? So then he starts to disrespect you because you already like tested his manhood by saying some bullshit. So guess what? Now he's gonna start. For me, I'm just like I want I'm just gonna walk away. Wait. I'm gonna talk to you once I count to my 10. You know?
Yeah,
and we get to the privacy of our home
because you know. Men don't want to be, like, brought down to their fucking knees unless they're going to be licking some shit.
No, it's not only men. Like, I'm a woman, and I'm not going to have you speaking to me like I'm crazy in front of all these other people.
I'm just going to thank God that
it's never happened.
That it's happened, but that I am no longer, and I think we've grown to a point where we're no longer in those situations. And I think even if you were to be with somebody new or whatever, you won't allow yourself to be in those because you've already been there, done it, grown from it, and you hold yourself to a higher standard. So,
but how fucked up is that though? Like, you had to learn with this person that you were once in love with, that you like, you know, like, man, this is the man of my dreams, and I learned with you, and I'm gonna go use this on this other person.
No, I don't think you should look at it that way. I think that everything that you do, everything that you're put through in life is a lesson, and if it turns back around and you end up with the same person again or whatever the case is, you're a better person because you experienced something. So nothing in life.
There's always a right time and a right place.
Yeah.
And sometimes you're with the right person in the wrong time.
Yeah.
Or
and maybe
at the right time with the wrong person.
And then maybe it's not. Yeah. I don't always look at it like, because people say that, and I know exactly where you're getting at. You're with someone for so long, right? And maybe you taught them how to love, and you taught them how to be better people, and now they're gonna leave and be with somebody else. So, like, it's life. You know what I mean? More power to you. Or maybe they won't be with somebody else, and maybe they'll come back to you or whatever. But I don't think people should look at things that way. They should always look at the value and the lesson and how it made you a better person, because you never lose anything in life. Even if you hurt, you're learning from it. You know what I mean? It's an experience. So...
And what I really do believe is that sometimes, like, taking that time off, and some people get it twisted. When they say taking that time off, it's like taking that time off and, go do me.
Throwing it a party.
Especially guys are good at that. But taking that time off and just really reevaluating, making you a better you and coming back to it also helps with the relationship, don't you think?
Yeah, it does.
It helps with the relationship, but most of all, it helps you. And when you help yourself, you're a better person with everybody else.
Yeah.
How do you feel about, going into a new relationship and changing your lifestyle, and you know that it's right for you to do this, based on your old relationship, and this new relationship is treating you the opposite way. Like you're the one going good and the other person's going bad.
Then you know that's your sign. You gotta go.
Yeah, you at that point.
You at the point.
You
where,
choose
you know
any
what?
situation
I just
you're
came
in.
From that. Yes.
Everybody
You
has.
choose
You
your
choose.
happiness.
You choose every situation that you
choose
put
your
yourself
happiness.
in.
And I think at our age especially, because I could see like a 90-year-old, 20-something-year-old making that same mistake, early 20s. But I think that especially when you just got out of a really fungus relationship and you get back into another fungus relationship.
But what if you're the fungus and you fix your fungus?
Well, that's
in the new relationship.
Yeah, the fungus doesn't mean it's one person's fault.
You can't go into another relationship if you're fungus.
Okay.
You gotta fix your fungus first. You gotta fix yourself first. But
what if you fix yourself and the other person is coming into your relationship as one with you, and they're bringing in that fungus? How do you react to that?
It ain't no fungus here, baby.
No,
we antifungal up in this mug.
Myra.
Bye. Shoot.
Say it again.
Yeah.
Say it.
There's
one more
no
time.
see. These are great hypothetical questions, but once you're at that point, there's no what ifs.
No.
There's
because there's so many.
There's
people
one strike, you're
that
out.
are in the middle of it and still.
Those are
doing
not
the
your
same.
people because
No,
you're.
they're not. I'm
Yeah.
not saying my people.
No,
I'm
I
just
know.
saying, like people in general.
But reality is that there are some people that are attracted to this type of stuff.
That's why I'm asking.
And it would just continue to be a circle.
Yeah, if it's not drama, they're not happy.
Mm-hmm.
So there are some people that just that
it happens.
love this.
Yep.
Well, all right, great topic.
Those are great. Look at us. We started talking about fungus and shit.
No.
Man.
Hannah's like, don't bring that fungus over here.
Not the fungus on your feet. We talking
Right.
about
No fungus in general.
Yes, we don't want the fungus up in here.
Yes. All right. So thank you so much. That wraps up our topic of the night. And now we're on to our next topic, which is, it gets me a little nervous sometimes. You know why, Myra? Because some of these questions be a little hard.
They do.
Fuck. Marry,
What is
kill, love, suck. Like, damn. Did you just ask what is it?
What is it? I'm new to this.
All right, let her know what time it is.
Right.
Can I get an answer? Yeah.
All right. Those 10 seconds are up. So now it is time of Myra's question of the night. Whoop, whoop.
All right, guys. So Anna's over here shaking her head.
I'm
like,
shaking
what?
my head. Like, what am I doing? What am I getting into?
No, it's not that bad today, right? I didn't throw one out there like that. But guys, today's question of the night is: would you rather save the life of someone that you're close to, or the life of 5 random strangers?
Repeat that again.
Would you rather save the life of someone that you're close to, or that of 5 random strangers?
Lord, that's a difficult.
Would you rather save the life of someone that you are closest to, or that of 5?
Yep, or save the life of 5
random
random
people.
strangers.
You see why I say I don't like this?
I don't like this part of the segment.
mean, I only say that because I don't want to be selfish. I'm a good person at heart, and I want to always help everybody. But of course, like,
Can
I want
that
to
one
help my
person
people.
be
I wanna help
one of the
person that I
5?
love. That is a good
Right?
question.
Like, can it be one of the 5? Like,
We're not going to tell you where Myra is when she
Right.
answered that question. No, she said 5 random strangers.
ah.
All right, so what you got, Anna? I mean, I already know what my question is. Like, like, God knows my heart. God knows that I am an amazing, beautiful,
I'm going to be selfish.
nice person.
I'm going to be selfish, and I'm going to say someone that I care about.
Yeah.
Someone
Automatically.
not random. Because I can say 5 people in this random world, and they might make a difference to other people, but I need a person to make a difference with me. And that's my
Automatically.
selfishness. Yeah, that's just me being selfish. Because it could be my parent, it could be my sister or my brother, or it could be my child. I need to be someone that I know and I feel more like alive in this world. That why am I here?
I agree. And that would be my answer. It would be like someone that was closest to me. But I just want to ask Myra, what went through your head when you thought about that? Like, what did you?
You know, what I do is I kind of ponder daily and throughout the week, and I pick out random stuff, random questions that I think of, and then I kind of put them all together. And I mean, it's a good question to ask.
Yeah, it is. It was a moment right now where I felt like, am I selfish?
Right.
Do you
want to do the humanitarian thing and save more people?
Can it be a person that I'm like not thinking that it might make a huge difference in this world, or someone that just might make a difference in my world?
I mean, I don't know. You know, I guess it's either someone that you're close with or the life of 5 random strangers. So,
what was your first thought when that came out?
It would probably be someone that I'm close with, and I don't think that makes us selfish. You know, that just makes us, I mean, of course, it would probably depend on the situation. But if you had to choose between the two, I would choose someone I'm close with.
I agree. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I agree with the same thing. Yeah. It is selfish, but at the same time, you know, that's just a natural thing to always try to save your loved ones. So I agree. Yeah. I agree. All right. So, did you girls have fun?
I did.
Yes. All right. So, Myra, you got the script up because my phone died.
Aw. I do. So there's a few announcements, guys. The Good News Radio is asking for donations. We're collecting brand new socks and underwear. We're still that are still in packaging for the homeless. So we plan to take donations to Skid Row in downtown LA on December 15th. So if you're interested in helping, please send us a message on IG at Kadies Night Radio Show. It would greatly help. All the donations that you can give. Again, it's called Socks and Underwear Drive. We're giving to the homeless. I guess we went out and asked, what do they need the most? And a lot of people said that they don't have socks and underwear, especially now with the cold. So if you guys can donate, that would be great. Add us or send us a message at Kadies Night Radio.
Yes, and you guys know that it has been cold. LA doesn't really get under the 50s. But we have been at 51. I think the lowest I saw was 51.50. So you guys go on ahead and, support and give out. And, if you guys can, please, anything would be appreciated. Clean socks, clean drawers, brand new. Because, I thought maybe I could just go on ahead and donate stuff, that I have. You wrap up with you end up with a lot of old Christmas socks that, you buy from a long time ago that you have. But, so packaged socks and underwears, or socks and underwears, right?
Socks and drawers.
Socks and drawers, as they like to call it. So go on ahead and DM us if you guys are interested in donating. But before we leave, we want to go ahead and give your plug, Anna. Where can we find you at?
You can find me at, Incredible Love Story. I love poetry, so that's where my name comes from. I love to write. So just hit me up. Incredible Love Story in Instagram.
And she also makes some amazing cakes. I don't know why she doesn't say.
Oh, my goodness.
She also does, what is it? What do you call that? Catering? Baking?
I do custom cakes. You ask me to do certain things, I do it personally just for you. So it's my... It's called love.sweet.cakes, and that's where I'm at.
Yeah,
on Instagram,
guys. She makes some dope stuff.
Thank you guys for having me tonight.
And Myra?
And as always, you can find me on Instagram at MEERAH, the number 8, Mira 8. Apparently, I got a Twitter now, thanks to my girl Jax, Mysterious Jax.
Hey.
And I think it's Mira 8, but with probably more E's or something like that. I don't even know it. It's MEEEERAH.
Yeah, it's like 2 E's or 3 E's.
Yeah, I think
she's going to go ahead and post it on her story, you guys.
Yes, I am. I have not checked it since last Friday, so I will check it, but I have one now.
Double E.
Yes. So we really hope that, well, this is Crazy Maria with the double A and an underscore at the bottom. We hope that you guys enjoyed this show. This is our first actual show, Myra and I, without Jackie and our producer, Kosi. And we are very grateful that they trusted us to do this show. Without them, I mean, there were little hiccups along the way, especially at the beginning with the muted shit, but we kind of worked that out. We appreciate you guys for listening, and we do want to send our love to Kosi and Mysterious Jack, who are not here right now, and that, you know, she comes back to us and has a safe travels and enjoys all the fucking... She had a fucking nasty... Well, I love oysters, but a fucking vodka oyster shot, I couldn't even imagine.
It's an oyster shooter.
I had an oyster shooter before.
Oyster shooters are the shit. Like, the first one round is like, ugh, and then the second and third,
I just hope she doesn't come back with no fucking chorro, you know what I'm saying? So, you know.
We'll pray about it.
Yes, girl.
We're praying for you, Jackie.
Have fun, be safe, and we'll see you when you get back. Call me if you need a ride when you get back in the airport. But we love you, and we missed you girls, both of you. And thank you so much, Anna, for being here with us.
Thank you for having me once again. Thank
you, girl.
Appreciate it.
Like, I don't know what we would do without you. You made a good trio to
thank
us.
You
thank
for
you
coming.
so much.
Thank you.
All right, ladies. So thank you so much for spending your Friday night with us. I'm your host, Crazy Maria, filling in for Mysterious Jax. This is Ladies Night Radio Show. And just remember one thing, ladies.
You are enough.
We love you guys. Have a safe weekend and be dry and drive safely in this crazy ass rain.
Don't say too
One
dry.
love. Yes, hey, not too dry.
Yeah, keep it wet a little bit.
Just a little bit.
All right, guys, I gotta go to my sister.
Everything okay with you?
No, she got it.